Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Club. I'm Chris and I'm joined by Phoebe. And Phoebe,
Oh,
what will we be? Because this is pre-recorded. What will we be doing right now?
oh my God. Right now, we will be getting ready to. Well, you'll be rocking up at a hotel childless and fancy free.
Yes. Yep. Neck and
Mm-hmm.
pints.
Necking pints with the most patient woman on earth. And I will be hanging out with the second most patient woman on earth in Sunderland, which I looked it up today. It's like 350 odd miles away.
Yeah.
No, it's more
Yeah.
than that. It's like 400 miles. Probably hanging out, maybe having gone to visit Hadrian's Wall, getting ready for SunnyCon tomorrow.
Are you going to Hadrian's Wall?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Hadrian's Wall. We're so close. We've already come 450 miles. Why wouldn't we go to Hadrian's Wall?
Do you know it's not an actual wall. This is like a ruins.
No, I've been before.
Oh right, fair enough.
We're
Okay,
just
as
gonna
long
go
as you're
for a walk
prepared.
along it. Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
Romans there
We'll go for
anymore.
a walk along. No, I assumed that. I also assumed there were no blue-faced, like woad-covered Scots either. But
There is them, but they're normally in the spoons. Uh,
who can blame them? If it's raining, so will we be?
yeah. How you been anyway? Because we missed 1 week, and last week we did
Mm.
Tokyo Godfathers, which we are recording before. So I'm just getting this, say this out loud, so I can get the order right in my head. But yeah, how you been? So this is technically the first one
Good.
after our break.
Yeah. First, well, it's the first one we're recording after a break. Not that
Yeah, yeah,
anyone sees it. I'm good. Yeah. I also the break was very conveniently timed. So we had 13. It was the countdown to Until Dawn, wasn't it? Friday the 13th. So we
yeah,
um gave over the slot to the main podcast, and Paul worked his socks off doing like a load of horror stuff, and you and me and Lee watched a bunch of horror trailers with him.
yeah,
13,
yeah.
Friday the 13th, 13 trailers in one day.
Will you be
Um,
watching all of them?
genuinely, yes. But not the one that made me gag.
Oh yeah, I
Which
forgot
was
about that.
Until Dawn. I
See,
probably shouldn't say that because that was the whole reason we were doing it. But like just the trailer alone, I was like, this is too much for me. But if you're a horror fan, I could see people being like, this is good. I like this.
yeah, I like horror. I'll watch a few of them maybe, but shall we move on to snacks? I've just saw you put something in your mouth there. So I thought I'd
I've
best
kind of already moved
mention
on to
it
snacks
before it melts.
before it's gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went to the little Tesco's down the road, and I
Right.
got myself a teeny tiny tub of Ben and Jerry's cookie dough ice cream.
How
Literally,
teeny?
you've stalked me on Google Earth, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tes- the Tesco's is like a 5 minute walk, if that.
Hmm.
Between leaving the Tesco's and getting back home, it was mostly melted.
Yeah, it's
It's so hot.
horribly hot.
It's
Yeah,
so hot. I don't think us Brits are designed for this.
and it's even hotter down south than it is up here.
Mm.
How little's little though? Is it one of the little
It's like one
like
of the ones that you get in the theatre.
I've seen bigger petri dishes, man.
I'm sure you have with your dodgy bod.
But yeah,
what snacks have you got if you think you're so superior?
well, I've got some popcorn, but not just any popcorn. I have Thai style shrimp soup flavored popcorn, which it will
Nice.
be a assault on my senses, I think. And since we're doing Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon. I've noticed that you've got a little coin on your side there.
Ding ding
Would
ding
you
ding.
would you just be able to put that coin in my this sounds weird in the slot, please?
I would love to. Ding, go for it. Slot it away, baby.
Oh, it's taking it. Oh, there's a can of non-branded energy drink. Cheers for that.
Not a sponsor.
I wish. I
That
consumed so
was
much of that.
very cute, Chris.
It's gonna be amazing for the Spotify.
Oh, yeah, really, the listeners at home are gonna have a field day.
I'll just describe it. Phoebe put a coin in the slot, and I produced a can.
Yeah,
We are vending machines as well.
we are. Chris is also for this specific episode, and I think it's incredibly appropriate. Trapped our souls in vending machines.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But actually, right. Speaking of vending machines and that anime, what did you think before we started watching this? Like,
I, genuinely,
genuinely.
genuinely. So this was something you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you hated me for some reason, because I was like, why are you making me watch one of those animes that is not only so unpopular opinion, I think, like teenage boy winds up in another world after being hit by a truck, the most cliche trope
Yeah, yeah,
in anime, and I hate it. And not only that, it then has like one of those very long, silly names,
yeah.
which is
Overly specific
unnecessary.
title.
Overly specific title where the title is the script.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, why? What's Chris's problem? What, like, are we all right, mate? And then I started watching it, which are,
Yeah.
I'll say. But what was your first thoughts when you approached this? First of all, actually, better question. Why did you suggest this? Because it was a left of field choice.
Yeah, basically, right. I thought we were doing a bit the same. Anime wise, we're
A lot
doing
of
a
action.
protagonist, a lot of action
Yeah.
stuff, and I think we need a bit of fluff because going into it, just looking at this, I don't think it'll be a very in depth story. It's got a big gimmick, so I don't think it'll last very long. We'll just chuck it on. It could be funny. So that's why I chose it, just for change of pace.
Hmm.
But yeah,
For the goofs.
for the goofs and gaffs.
No. For the goofs and the gaffs and the giggles and the laughs.
But yeah,
The name is Phoebe, and I'm here to say.
oh, not the rapping again. But if you
I'm
were,
gonna bend all day.
because we both, I know how much of this series that we've both watched. Because normally we say we'll watch the first 3 episodes. I think I messaged you when I was on episode 4, and you were like, "It's all right, mate. I've just polished off the series."
Yeah. To be fair, so I've had some sort of horrible bug. At the time that we record this, I've literally like been in bed for like a week. And which is also why it was quite good that we had just conveniently got a week off on the
Yeah,
Friday, because
yeah,
I was out for the count anyway. I couldn't have recorded even if I wanted to. I had a lot of time. Having said that, at any point I could have clicked away and I didn't. It was so ridiculously absorbing. Oh, the shrimp's got in the mouth and the face.
it's so
You know what, Chris?
shrimpy, not
There's
in a
something
nice way.
about. I love seeing you enjoy yourself with a snack, but
Mhm.
you do regret so beautifully. Like the way that you emote instant regret. It's just honest and compelling.
I love to see you suffer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I'm glad I produced a can of my non-branded energy drink.
Yeah, of your non-specific, good generic brand.
Yeah.
Pump up the juice.
Should we go into the story? What it's about? I
Yeah.
think we should maybe talk about the main premise because I know we've both watched the first season and it's actually been confirmed for a second season, so it must be popular with everyone else as well.
Actually, quite glad about it.
Yeah, same.
I'll probably watch season 2 too.
Oh, definitely. It's
Yeah,
so addictive. I remember being like, there's no like major like cliffhangers at the end of every episode. Like some animes, it's just like a
no,
this is nice. I'm
this
just
is
gonna stick
nice.
the next one on.
It's almost like I think you said it right. Like you wanted fluff. This anime is like fluff fantasy anime, but just
Hmm.
done quite well, and also the premise is so silly, but no one acknowledges how silly it is. They just take it incredibly they just treat it like a high drama,
Yeah,
and it's oh,
it kind of
it's
feels
funny.
like a couple of manga artists got together and it was just like, oh, wouldn't it be amazing if like there was a vending machine in a D&D dungeon, and then they're like, how do we make that into a story? Isekai. Yeah, we'll do it that way. I mean,
Yeah,
the main story is the guy, we don't know his name. Um, he's known as a
uh,
vending machine enthusiast,
yeah,
which I didn't know was a thing. Um, it's
a
very
huge.
proper. Basically he gets killed by a vending machine, not which was on the back of a truck. He was on like a moped or whatever. He gets
Yep,
sideswiped and then falls off a cliff and presumably dies. You don't see it.
yeah,
Um, and then wakes up as a vending machine that's powered by coins. That's how they get around the electricity being plugged in.
a magical vending machine that
Magical vending
can
machine.
level up
Yeah,
with
yeah,
coins. Very important because he pulls some stunts as the vending machine.
yeah.
And we do know his name. His name is Boxo.
I meant in his human form. I don't think any
Irrelevant.
mother
I'm
would
not interested.
call their
Not
child
interested.
Boxer.
I'm not interested in his human form. I'm interested in the purest expression of his spirit, which is a vending machine. Um, yeah, that is basically what this anime is about. And like, why
Yeah,
is it so good?
I don't know. I don't know.
So good.
Even
Um,
at points, right? Because you're like, he's in like this almost like a video game land because it's got certain levels, and he's in like a not like I would say a starter village where there's some frogmen and gator people
yeah,
that wander about, and then there's different parts of it like some you don't see, and there's like the dead land which has got zombies and everything. Um,
yeah. There's like a
and
deserty place,
yeah, yeah,
and yeah.
which I enjoy, but it's like you're watching it and you can transform into different vending machines as well. It seems very whatever's needed for the plot you can do, which
And he
I'm
also
totally
has
fine.
like an encyclopedic knowledge of vending machines. Like
Yes.
the thing I admire about this is it's not that he transforms, he gives you the fact about what he's transforming it into. So it's like, oh, in 1967 they made this very obscure vending machine which like vended XYZ. Like vended first aid kits, or like at one point he's like turns into like a what's it called, resuscitation machine, vending machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they give you the fact. Like this is an anime that, despite its silliness, has been well researched.
It's weird because I kind of think I thought, why is it giving us this? Why is he not just like, why can't there be like a sword vending machine or something stupid like that? But he's like, he has to base it in. I don't know if the guy that
It has
created
to have
it.
been a real, a real vending
Yeah,
machine in real life.
but it's
Yeah,
weird. It's like a proper stretch because he was just like, I think at one point he turns into an oxygen vending machine, and he was just like, oh yes, sometimes in the 1860s there were vending machines that vended air for polluted areas, and it's like, okay, I didn't need that fact, but now I'm not taken out of the immersion, I guess. I don't know why.
for me, this it has the energy of like a very cliche D&D game, right? But the person who's running the game is the vending machine enthusiast. And
Yeah.
he can't help but put all of his favorite kinks into the D&D game. And not only that, but he's also a rules lawyer. So he's like, look, anything's possible because there's magic, but also I don't want to like ruin the moment by
Yeah.
like nonsense. So if you're gonna be the vending machine, you have to make sure that your vending machine is like stat correct. And
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
weird. And at one point he's vending like tampons and shit and
Yeah.
condoms to the red light district, like in an onsen. Like they go
Yeah.
all over the shop. That they do hot food. Some of the food looks good. They do ramen.
Yeah.
Like whatever people seem to need in the moment. It made me think. Japan's vending machine culture is so far ahead of Europe.
Yeah.
Like literally all I ever see in vending machines are like disco crisps and a sad Mars bar.
Yeah.
You know what I
Sometimes you get
mean?
them. Sometimes you get them fancy bottle of cokes that carry it to the bottom, but that's about it.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you what, recently it has made me notice vending machines in the real world more, which is a weird thing to say. They've got a pizza, like a hot pizza vending machine outside of Brighton Station now,
Oh, really?
where you can order a slice and it comes out cooked. And it cooks in the machine.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, near
I
me,
I don't know if it's going to be good, but I really want to try it now just for the novelty of it.
yeah. I mean, near me there is a there's a dairy farm near me that has a cheese and milk one vending machine. So it's like fresh cheese in a chilled vending machine, and you'll go there. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's like just fields and stuff around you. So you'll pull up, pay £3 or whatever, and then some cheese comes out.
That
Um,
is literally from this anime. That's amazing.
I know. And next to it is like in the cheese vending machine, you'll get the big glass jugs that you put, like carafes that you put milk in. You can buy one of them for £3, and then you can put a pound in the other machine, and it fills it with milk, and you can put like syrup in, so you can make it strawberry milk or chocolate milk or whatever.
I mean, I hate milk, so this is sad, but could you fill it with just syrup?
I don't
Like
think
how
there's any.
far?
I reckon you could take the farmer, so yeah. It's only him that's gonna stop you.
Chris. Do you know what, Chris? I reckon I could take that farmer too.
When syrup's concerned.
Yeah. I have a black belt in anime.
I have the power of God and anime on my side. Oh,
But
but
see, this is what this anime does. It makes you believe anything's possible.
yeah, like Phoebe could chin a farmer, a northern farmer.
The question is, could I do it with a straight face?
But
No.
moving on to the main story, basically
Yeah.
all of these areas, like the starting area, have lords. Like there's a frog lord, a crocodile guy lord. And when you defeat
Final
them,
boss fights, isn't it?
yeah, when you get them, a little coin pops out, which this what they want is or what this team thinks happens is if you collect this coin, you can cash them in for a wish. So
Yeah.
Boxo is just like, oh, I guess I'll wish to be human again. So he starts collecting
Well,
as well.
actually, it's more like, oh, I. He becomes a bit coin obsessed because he's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah,
that, nom 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 nom. And then he's like, he does. I don't think he really thinks about it until he thinks, oh, I might be able to hold this girl's hand, which I think is code for. If I'm human, I reckon I'm in. Chances, quids in.
yeah. Get loads of smoochies and that.
Get the smoochies and that. Yeah, it's weirdly innocent as well because I was like, this has the potential to get weird real quick, especially when they're doing like episodes with genuinely episodes with periods and things. I think I messaged you being like, and like tell me when you get to the tell me when you get to the period episode
Yeah,
or something. And I was like, I need to know what you think because I'm so confused because I've never seen periods referenced in an anime before.
I
And
can't
I was
remember
like,
them being like an actual sensible talked about thing.
to be fair, I was trying to think, could I think of that happening in any Western cartoons or like any other TV programs that I watch that aren't like slice of life where it's like a like a figure of fun kind of teen comedy thing.
It's
I
all
was like, I
like
don't think I've ever seen,
it's all
and they
like
treat it
alluded
just
to,
as
isn't it?
seriously as they treat it just as seriously as everything else. And I was like, is this anime feminist? And then you were like,
Yeah,
no, I don't think it's feminist. I just think it's not sexist.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that is the vibe. It's just not, weirdly somehow, despite the fact that it has weird moments where they're dishing out condoms, and it never becomes weird or creepy or sexist. It's kind of, it's just fluff. It's fluff for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, there's no because I thought because anime like this, it's got like a 90% chance to turn into some sort of weird horror anime all the time. Because obviously there's like a party, and I think 9 out of 10 of them have massive boobs. So it's just like,
You didn't know what to say. I literally just, I was like, massive boo.
well, I was gonna say chebs, but then
Oh, I don't know what chebs are. Now I
oh,
do.
oh well.
Thanks,
Um,
please.
so it's like I remember watching the time I was reincarnated as a slime, which is exactly the same premise, but he turns into a slime.
I
Um,
didn't get past episode 1 on that. But that's
yeah,
what I thought you was when you suggested this. I thought you were sending me off to watch an anime like that.
well, I was hoping that it wasn't, but so I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's yeah, weirdly refreshing is how I would describe this anime. Just like a vending machine treat.
I was gonna say
The vibe.
because
Oh, no, sorry,
I
what were you gonna
remember
say?
talking in the Discord about vending machine ages ago. Do you know, like when you're a kid and you go swimming on a Saturday or whatever, and all leisure centres have a weird vending machine.
Yes.
Um,
Or an old lady with like a folding table selling bags of penny sweets.
yes, they've got it at my leisure centre at the minute. But
Yeah.
the local one round here had a pot noodle vending machine, pot noodle branded vending machine, and that was
Fancy.
so they're like a Western version of like a cup of soup. Oh, everyone knows what a pot noodle is.
Everyone knows what pot noodle is, but I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, it's interesting, isn't it? The what like being exotic and foreign adds to food because it's like pot noodle trash that student eat, ramen, ooh, exciting anime food.
Yeah,
They are the same thing.
pretty much.
The
Yeah,
flavors are slightly different, but they're exactly the same. It's weird, isn't it? But I do think this anime gives you the same. You walk away with the same feeling of when you get a delicious, refreshing, like vending machine treat. I like that's the energy of this. Is what I
yeah,
think. It's like, oh, it's quite hot today. Ah, cold cola, bonk. Yeah, like
I,
it's not long. It's easy to work your way through. It's not going to be like it's going to be a pot noodle. It's not going to be like a proper meal. But
yeah.
that's okay. You don't want. Sometimes you just want the pot noodle.
But did you find yourself getting invested in any of the characters?
Uh, fully invested in Boxo and whether or not he'll choose to
Yeah,
stay a vending machine or not.
yeah. I want to know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen with Boxo and Lamas because I don't know what's going on there. Because oh, by the way, Boxo can only communicate with like canned phrases that a vending machine would say.
Pre-programmed. Yeah.
So
Pre-programmed
like,
vending
please
phrases.
insert coin, or like he's got a gambling feature built into him. I don't know if this is standard for normal vending machines, but he's just like, try your luck, maybe you'll win the next time, or something like that. Or like
Yeah.
pleasure to serve you. Or so like he's got to communicate with normal speaking humans who don't read Japanese but can speak it,
Oh.
or he's speaking their language and it's coming across as Japanese to us. I don't know. Um, and they've through that communication, he's grown close to a lass called Lamus, who has a
Who finds him? He's being attacked by frog people,
yeah
and she finds him and saves him.
yeah. She's like a super strong character, but she's like a dainty lass, but she
Yeah,
can lift
they so
a lot.
the magic power system is people get blessings. So people think that he's a like a magical artifact that's had the blessing of a human soul put inside of him. And Lamis has the blessing of might, which makes her like crazy strong. So she also just carries him around
A vending
on her back
machine,
like a
yeah.
giant backpack. Yeah,
Giant backpack.
giant backpack, big old box.
But what do you think is gonna happen between Boxo and Lamus?
Great
Where
question.
because it's not like a that weird kind of anime. I can't see it going that way where she's necking on with a vending machine.
Which is gonna be rubbing up on his coin slot.
Uh,
You wanted to watch this. Don't give me that look like you're done with me. This is your fault.
true.
So I would like a kind of Shrek scenario where she she doesn't become a vending machine, that would be too far. But
Oh,
where he realizes that he's happier as a vending machine than he's ever been as a person. And she realizes that she doesn't care whether or not he's a vending machine, but she'll carry him around for the rest of her life. And they go on adventures together. That's what I kind of hope for. I don't
do,
want it to be complex.
do you know what
I
I
want
think's
it
gonna
to be
happen?
really simple. What?
I think right. I think at some point he's going to get turned into his former human self, and he's going to be gutted because he thinks he can only be useful as his vendor machine support character role. And
Oh.
then these teams just like, oh no, you're part of the team and you're special. And I don't know how, but he'll gain his self confidence back, and everyone will live happily ever after.
And
Something
he'll
like
have
that.
learnt that he's enough as a human. He doesn't have to be able to vend.
And then he gets transported back to the real world again, but he's at the bottom of the cliff dying. The end.
Would be so sad. That would
Uh,
be the worst ending. That's the darkest universe.
the paramedic's called Lamus, who pronounces him dead.
It's all been a fever dream of his last 5 seconds of brain activity.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
I would be so cross if that was the ending. I'm emotionally invested now. They can't do
Oh,
that to me.
it's that it was all a dream trope, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like what's that? Is it that show that's set in Dallas? Is it Dallas? Is it just called Dallas?
Oh,
Where
is it?
they halfway through they just reset everything as a dream.
I don't know.
Oh, this is where we need Paul because it's an '80s show and he'd know.
Yeah, he was like in his 40s in the
Um,
80s.
prime of life.
Oh,
Oh, he's gonna throw something at you.
shoe probably. Yeah,
You're literally gonna see him tomorrow when this airs.
it's fine. He'll not watch this. It's fine. But
Bit
yeah,
rude.
what? So
That he wouldn't
what?
watch it, I mean.
Oh, no, he won't. He hates me anyway.
Oh.
But what do you think about the other characters' stories? Because we've got Hulemi, we've got the leader of the freaky people, the order of the what's it
Little
called?
fairy guys. No.
No, The guy with a hat. He's called Kerry Old. I'm Order of Misfits or something.
Want to run at that again?
Oh, I'm reaching out for some help here. You're just watching us drown.
I am. Hang on. I'd have to look it up though. I can't remember.
Oh, that's fine. Menagerie of Fools. The leader of him.
Oh yeah, no, he's great. I like him. He's a bit ambiguous. I haven't worked out if he's good guy, bad guy. He has that kind of like he's like the kind of that roguish. He's the Kakashi of the
You
vending
think?
machine anime. Yeah, I think so. Where you're not quite sure what his vibes are, but I reckon he's a good guy, but he's quite self-serving.
I think he'll end up being a good guy, but I think he's got selfish reasons for getting them coins. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it'll be interesting to see how his character will be one of the interesting ones to see how they develop. I also really like I want to say Ulemi,
Will
the
it be?
researcher.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really liked her as well because she's just kind of weirdly apathetic about everything, but also
Yeah.
insanely smart.
She was one
Um,
of the only people who clocks Boxel for a magic item with the human soul in it, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
weird
She
because
clocked that he's not always been a vending machine, and everyone else hasn't figured that out yet.
yeah, which makes me think that she's tried it before.
I wonder if she's part of the reason he's there.
Yeah.
She's done some research. I'd quite like it. I have a feeling that this anime isn't ever going to get that complex.
I don't,
Because but I
it,
think if anyone is responsible, like it'll be like she has done some sort of research that has gone wrong, and that's why he's a vending machine. That's my guess.
True. See, now you've got us thinking now. I thought would it be like a full metal alchemist kind of pulling from another dimension kind of jobby,
Uh, yeah, could be.
equivalent exchange, all that jazz.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to be fair, I'll not know till season two's out.
Help me.
Oh, do you know what it is? I'm gonna edit out the Full Metal Alchemist part so it looks like you've just said that randomly.
It'll just be me reiterating one of the saddest bits of anime ever seen on telly. Yeah.
It's fine. So what do you think about the actual setting of the place then? The world.
I like the dungeon setting. Sorry, pardon me. Chris, you look like you're about to dive out of the way just because I'm all phlegmy and gross.
I just don't want to be sick.
Gonna see you next week. Gonna
Don't
breathe all
cough.
over your butt.
Oh, I hope
um,
not.
the actual setting. So I think the actual setting is pretty cool. I really like the concept of having like it's a bit dungeon meshy, delicious in dungeon vibes
Yeah.
of like a big dungeon which is also an ecosystem. But what's different is they have like different levels of the dungeons are almost like pocket dimensions.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. And I also like that like at one point she's like someone says something about like never having seen the actual sun or something because it's not a real sky.
Hmm.
So it's almost like they're in a simulation. Oh, Eddie's come to say hello. It's like they're in like a little simulation. And that's where you get like the different levels. Also, can we just talk about the episode where they're in the this is a massive spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear this bit. Talk about the bit where they're in the like level of the dead,
Uh-huh.
and they have like he's outside the inn. They just
Oh,
leave him outside, and you've
yeah.
got the little child zombie. Oh, that hit harder than it had any right to, because nothing up until that point had been that emotional.
Yeah.
So there is also like I like that it surprises you. I think is the setting surprises you. Some of the rules to the setting surprise you, and as silly as it is, it does have a logic to the world, which makes me feel like, and that's where this kind of like well-researched vending machine logic comes into play, like the kind of logic about how resources are shared throughout the different levels, and they have like people who are exchanging coins when they realize this, like someone's hoarding a lot of one type of currency, they
Yeah.
go and exchange it and make sure that like
At a
currency
loss,
continues to flow. Yeah.
which is weird.
Super weird.
Can we actually talk about how
Yeah.
much a vending machine ending up in a pretty much medieval world will absolutely mess up the local economy in real life?
It fucks the local. Well, in the show, it fucks the local economy. They have to go
Yes.
to him and be like, "Can we trade all of those silver coins that you've just been nomming on
I'm just
and
thinking,
hoarding?"
oh, because they've never tasted anything like this, like a cup ramen or whatever, or like all the other food or drinks. They've never had
Yeah,
iced tea before because they don't have tea leaves in this biome. So it's like he's putting all
they've
of the
never had
restaurants
like
out of
sugar.
business.
Well, and he's like, I don't during the dinner hour. I don't serve da 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 da. So he's like a vending machine with a conscience, but he doesn't have to be. He could
Yeah,
fuck with all of the other vending machines. And you do have the other thing I thought was really funny is the knockoff vending machines, where so they've got like people just in boxes trying to recreate it because it's such a novelty that other businesses are losing out as a result
yeah.
of him like forming like a strange alliance with a local, appears to be like a local, what's it called where you have like businesses coming together in a village,
A
uh
council, a guild. It was called, wasn't
like
it?
yeah, like a kind of merchants guildy but for restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
the
I
fancy
really,
medieval eateries.
I really liked it when a chain restaurant came to the village and it was called Chain Restaurant and it was decorated with chains and they were like, "Oh, well, it's mass produced so they can't put as much time and spices in it, so it's got to taste bland, but it's cheap, so people go there." It's like,
Which
yeah,
it's just deeply ironic because the vending machine ends up saving everyone from the chain restaurant,
yeah,
but it's a vending machine. Its literal purpose is to do the thing the chain restaurant is being accused of. Because I
yeah,
was like, this is where it gets weird. This is where capitalism is like capitalism on capitalism violence.
yeah. Yeah, he saves them by giving the ramen shop like a ramen bowl noodle and be like, copy this recipe. Like he hadn't thought of that before. It's like I don't think you deserve your shop, mate, if you can't even think of like keeping up with your customers' demands.
Also, like any of those people could have gone and bought ramen from him and done that himself
Mm.
themselves before he suggests it. I do. One of the things I do like so the vending machine is always the solution to whatever problem is happening in the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah,
What I like about the moment that he reveals his solution is he literally just like dumps out some stuff,
yes, yeah,
and then and because he can't talk to anyone, everyone then has to be like, "What the fuck do we do with this?"
yeah. Mentos and Coke. What am I doing with this?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird
and
how
I quite that's funny.
I think it's weird. The first time I seen it, where it was just like a like what you called again? Lamas saw this vending machine out in the middle of nowhere and it was like, "Hello, please insert a coin." And she's like, "Are you talking to me?" "Hello, please insert a coin." She's like, "Oh, okay. If you're obviously sentient, if you say hello, insert coin, that means yes, and something else means no." And it's just,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know that quick. If you saw a magical box that started talking to you in preset phrases, would you think it was sentient?
No, but I have also seen a vending machine in real life. So, in a world where I have never seen anything like a vending machine, would I
With
think it's sentient?
with magic items, I suppose.
Yeah. I wonder if I would be a bit more primal. I'd like probably grab a rock and try and smash it. I
I'll
think
try and
I
take it
love
apart.
people. Yeah, you'd have it in your workshop in seconds. Tinkering.
Yeah.
You'd have whipped out the human soul, shoved it in a lighter. Yeah.
That's fair. To be fair, as soon as I saw the food and I was starving, I'd be like, well, it's just a clear bit of glass. You could break that.
You can.
And that would be the end
Although
of the series.
they have all see, this is what I mean. This is the other thing I appreciate about this series. I'm trying to work it out as I talk to you.
Right.
He's thought of that. Whoever wrote this, I'm saying I'm assuming because there's a level of nerdery that I think feels male to me. But that could just be my own internalized misogyny. But whoever wrote this and conceived it as a concept have thought of that plot hole because they've given him a shield that he can activate that stop
Yeah.
people just destroying him, right? So it's like, it's so well conceived,
Yeah.
even though it's so silly. Like there are no real big plot holes in it that I could, figure out while I was binge watching it.
No, to be fair, I don't even mind if there is plot holes. I'll still watch it. It's not going to take anything
Yeah.
away because I'm not the kind of person where
No,
it'd be
but
like,
but there aren't. That's what's weird. It's like the silliest anime, but it's so well thought through.
Andy can turn invisible. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he can turn invisible.
We didn't even mention the cat people as well. Sorry, Tasmanian
Oh,
devils.
Tasmanian devil people. Oh my god, how cute were they? As soon as they turned up, I was like, oh, Chris's favourites.
It's
Because they're just so rowdy and tiny.
and they love eating. I can't remember
And
what
they
they're
love
called
eating.
again. Because there is some, I wouldn't call it filler episodes because they've all kind of got loose story progression in it in most of the
Also,
episodes.
they are they they all have filler episode energy, but good filler episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now those are great. Those guys.
because they're in like an eating
They have their
competition
own
and they're
guild.
like, oh no, here come the big eater lads or whatever they're called.
The decimators of the table.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they call them.
And it's
I'm
these
just making it up.
there's these four tiny weasel-looking creatures. So yeah, eating them out of house and
Tasmanian
home.
devils.
I've never seen a Tasmanian devil in real life, so
No, neither have I. But they literally tells you in the anime.
fair.
Yeah. I also really like that young knight man who's like terrified of his own shadow, but
So
pretending because he's good looking. Everyone's like, "Wow, he's so wise," and inside he's just like,
people are looking at me.
"Oh god, oh god, how do I do this? Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to someone."
Yeah, I want to know what his story is as well, because he gets hunted by a couple of people, and you're like, why? And he's like, too many people, bye.
So crazy strong and got like an insane sword. So there's
Yeah.
some weird but also hints of him being some sort of prince because the way he talks about his mother makes her sound like she's given him etiquette classes. It's like mystery abounds.
Well, that leads us to my next question. What would you like to see in season 2? Any questions? Any more storylines? Because I mean, we didn't really touch on is it Shui, the lass who grew up poor in the little orphan cave? I'm describing it horribly, but that's what happened.
What happened. That is what happened. I think I would like to get to know more of the characters. Do you know what, though? Here's the thing. I would be happy if it was just more of what this was, which is just like little episodic bits of fluff. They go to different places, have a great time, kill some baddies.
Yeah.
and you learn more weird vending machine facts. Like, I would be okay if I'd literally be okay if there was zero plot development.
Actually, I think I know why I think this is fluff. Because there's no big bad.
No.
It is there's enemies. There's like bosses that they have to kill, but they don't have a personality or
There's no
dialogue.
massive protagonist trying to like take down the dungeon world or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just something to chuck on. They'll find a vending machine related way to kill it, and then move on with their lives, and then enter a food eating
And it's
competition.
very monster of the week as well.
Yeah,
Which I think when you've gotten used to animes that have these big story arcs, it's actually very, again, a refreshing little pot noodle treat. I stand by what I said, Chris.
it's fine. You can. Jake will disagree with
I
you.
know. Get in the comments if you disagree. Let's have a fight. I'll fight you from my vending machine.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention as well. When I was watching this, I recognised a voice. Did you watch it English dub or?
Of course I watched the English dub. I was sick. I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, true.
And also, if an English dub is available, I'm gonna watch the English dub. I'll always watch. I'll only go back and watch the sub if I really enjoyed it.
Fair. Right. So, do you know the leader of the it's like a heroes guild type thing, the Bear Man?
Yeah. Oh yes, I loved the Bear Man.
Did you recognize his voice?
No,
It's Christopher Sabat.
is it
Pic-
really?
It is, yeah. Because I was like, I recognize that voice. He sounds exactly like Piccolo. And I'm like, it is Piccolo.
It is Piccolo. Oh my god, I knew I liked him.
Everything
Love Piccolo. Oh my
he
god, everything he touches turns to gold.
turns into Dragon Ball Z. Everything's related to Dragon Ball Z.
We're
Organically.
only 5 degrees of separation away from Dragon Ball Z at any given moment in anime. That's so funny. Also, that bear character is one of the ones that I was a bit worried was going to get real pervy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they don't take it too far.
It
I
wasn't
was
mating
like,
season for him, so he's alright.
that's it. That's the
Yeah,
bit where I was like,
yeah, because at one point it could go weird because the bear guy starts he wants to have a conversation with Boxo in private, and he's just like, oh, we're getting a lot more humans in the village because they found out there's a vending machine here, and they're wanting to settle. We need some like what's it called, human health things, and he's just like,
yeah.
humans are so complicated, not like us bear people that only need sorting out once a year or something. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here. And then he's like, oh, I'll give them loads of condoms.
Yeah, they have like some. They don't want to stop. They want to stop the spread of human diseases because humans are uncivilized in that they boink all the time.
Yeah,
But they don't say it like literally. It's not until he's dispensing condoms where you're like, oh. It's like
that's what
having a
he's talking about.
conversation. It's like having a conversation with like a family member about sex where no one wants to say it out loud.
Yeah, yeah, but also being
But
weirdly responsible.
everyone's being like weirdly responsible and like using strange euphemisms.
And then
Yeah.
there's a weird moment where he dispenses a condom, and he can only try communicate through the canned phrases again. So it's like, what is this? And then is it the professor lass? She just goes, oh, it's got diagrams. This could be useful.
Yeah. I at that point, honestly, I thought in real life, if that happened, who isn't using that as a water balloon?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We're gonna have a big water balloon fight.
If someone handed that to you with no explanation, what would you do with it?
Blow it up, put it over my head, on my arm, my foot. Everything but what it's used for.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Chuck it at someone. It's slimy. Why not?
Yeah. To be fair, it's the same with tampons and stuff. I would just put them in bodies of water everywhere.
Because you just want to watch them expand like they do on the adverts.
They do, don't they? Look at weird
They
butterflies.
do, yeah. That happens inside a woman, Chris. Exactly like that. It's like putting it in a glass of water.
Blue water.
It's like blue water. How do you think I got my hair like this?
Oh, so anything else you want to add to about Reborn as a vending machine?
No. It's weirdly fun, guys. If you're looking for something that fluffy that you can dip in and out of, 100% give this a try. And yeah, don't worry about it. Just switch your brain off for a bit.
Yeah,
and enjoy.
I mean, I don't think this is gonna like change the anime world, but it's really just an enjoyable series to watch.
I do have one more question before we finish.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt. You said you were going to say I couldn't.
Sorry?
I thought I interrupted you and you were about to say a thing. Okay, so magical world.
Mm-hmm.
You get turned into a vending machine, but you get to decide what you vend.
Right.
What type of vending machine do you want to be?
Right. So I used to work on a shop floor that had a vending machine in the middle that dispensed tools. So you could get like socket sets, you could get like PPE, get anything like that you wanted. You used to have like tungsten carbide bits as well. I'd want to be one of them.
That is the most Chris vending machine I could have ever thought.
What about you?
I think I just want to vend like maybe like baked goods.
Big, like the ones that you see in the Aldi's in Germany where they have the bread and they cut them up and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, because you walk past them and they smell delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, I would want to like breads and like pecan plats all day.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Love a pecan plat.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of my favourites. Or a cronut.
Almond croissant. Yeah. I'd want to be like a Greg's vending machine, basically. But purely for like sweet things.
Yeah. I'm torn now. I kind of want food.
Either that or meats. I feel like a jerky vending machine would be so good. Like jerky and pickles.
Meats and cheeses always pleases.
Yeah.
Could be a name. Or one of your canned phrases.
Yeah.
Oh. But I know we haven't talked about this. Do you know what we're doing next? Do you have anything in mind?
Oh, I do. And it's because you and my lovely sibling, whose taste I think is sophisticated and fabulous. My siblings, not yours.
Oh.
Have both recommended this anime, and I would like to do Dan. And we've kind of skirted around it because it's got some weird. It's got weird anime stuff in it, which we can unpack, but apparently is also quite good. So I'd like to do Dan next, please.
Get in. Do you know what it is? I've seen the series. I loved it. But it's one of them things, right?
First 3 episodes again, mate.
I was talking to you about this moment just before we started recording, but do you know when you recommend an anime to someone and then you forget how bad the bad moments are, and you're like, don't worry, just go go through it. It'll be fine. It'll get good after. It's just like But yeah, I think it's amazing.
Excellent.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've heard the first couple of episodes are weird.
Yeah.
So I think this is an anime where the 3-episode rule comes into its own, I reckon. So let's put it to the test with Dan
Yeah.
Dan.
Let's do it. Dan Dan. Dan.
Love it.
And for the rest of Nerdy Up North, because I don't know what many people are doing, except I know Wonk tomorrow are doing
Yes.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, which
Buffy.
super will be if you're a big Buffy fan. I always feel like I missed the Buffy train,
Oh, was that
but
last
it
week?
feels very iconic.
Even if it's not tomorrow, watch last week's, which will be Buffy, if I've got it wrong. So I've got all my bases covered.
Either way, it'll be the latest. It'll be the latest Wonk will be a Buffy, for sure. And also, if I can just while we're plugging Wonk, if I could give a shout out to my Women of Trek co-host Becca, because we will be doing because I'm going to be up Grim North. We'll be doing a special live Obsidian Fleet podcast, which will be very, very fun. And I think we're going to be doing Deanna Troy.
Yes, my favourite
So
Gingy
that could be a
Doctor.
good episode. No, that's Beverly Crusher.
Oh, no, then I'm alright.
Deanna Troy's the Deanna Troy's the curly-haired psychic who senses hostility randomly.
The one that feels everything.
And I mean everything. Yeah, we're going to be unpacking Deanna Troy. She's an icon. Check out that on the Obsidian Fleet YouTube. And also there's been a Rumblecast, so that always gets uploaded to the YouTube. So check out the Rumblecast with Jake and Schloop. And
yes. Can I
oh yeah.
I just want to talk about monsters as well, because
Oh, yeah.
I know last week they would have done Repo, the music, which I've not seen, but I've heard everyone I've heard that's watched it said it's amazing. Whatever. But they also did a special interview with Kyra Gardner and Jimmy Simpson, who is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where they are promoting McFoyle. They're doing a Kickstarter for a film called Slay. And it's like, I think it's for like 18 quid. If you pledge that level, you can get you can get the film and loads of digital goodies. And that's like the equivalent price of going to the pictures and buying one kernel of popcorn. So
one kernel of hot shrimp soup popcorn.
Nah, I've ate 2 of them and I'm gonna put them in the bin.
That's fair. I think you should share them with Molly and Finley first and see what they say.
Actually, I can probably keep them fresh for you next week.
Yeah. I'll try it. I'll try it on camera, and I bet you I'll eat more than 2.
Oh well, I've actually got some other things for you to try when I meet you. But
no!
We'll probably be putting some Sunnycon stuff out, videos and stuff.
Keep an eye out on our Instagram. Eddie's already excited that he's going to be spending a weekend with his Grammy.
Hey, but yeah,
Hey,
that's us for this week. I'll probably edit in the outro now. Bye.